So this one should be good. Let me see. Speaker, microphone. Okay, you're welcome. Hey Karen, can you hear me online? I just want to make sure everything's working properly. If you could drop in the chat or if you could say something out loud so I know.
I can hear you.
I think my microphone should be working. I just want to make sure. Hold on. I don't know. Did you say, if you said something, I think we're still getting our audio up here. So would you mind putting it in the chat? Actually, I false alarm. Oh, yay. Thank you. Okay. I just want to make sure that works. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, cool. Because, oh, sorry. I can. No, I just trying to fix it. Okay. So we're good. Questions. She can give us cupcakes, and I said, "You're done with questions."
That's good incentive. Okay. Obsessed.
Yes. If you guys are going to do actually a we did. Yeah. Cool. I was like, everybody. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you do that, and then obviously her husband is the one who does quarterly campaign class as well. So about that. Okay. And PJ, honestly, did the impromptu CMA? Yes. Okay. We need to put him on the calendar for a big one. Okay. I would like to see him. Okay. See, thank you for this training. Thank you for the feedback, guys. I can make that.
I have a ton of feedback for the big night that I could sit down and tell you every one of my thoughts.
I
Wow.
feel like the way you said that
is scary. Yeah, I agree.
It's like I thought like your Facebook post made it seem like really good thoughts. I was like, that vibe gave me a
It was, and it was the best experience. But going through it all, I have a lot to say.
Okay.
And it's great.
Okay.
And there's some that are just like, well, just let you know that this is what we got. And because we all went to lunch after and we all had our thoughts, so it's not just me. You should make it a goal to teach Ignite.
Yeah, but truly though, keep the connections that y'all made in class because that goes so far. And like she will tell you, and you'll hear all the time. She went through Ignite with DJ.
Yeah.
That's
12 years ago. Yeah.
Time that we're together in a group.
It does. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, keep those connections, be your accountability partners, and you guys are in a group. Yeah, so I believe it. But yeah, feel free. You can give me your feedback anytime. Do a written, you can give verbal out here. Whatever. I'll be around.
You're the best. Thank you, Liz. Hey, everyone. Okay.
What day? September 11th. Nope, nope. So it's not finished.
So who won the Ignite graduation? Oh yeah, I was hoping you would. I was gonna tell you about it last meeting, but I didn't want to jinx you, but I thought you might. So you got your first agent bill paid for, right?
Yes.
Isn't that hype? Yeah. Doing what they tell you to do. If you do all of them. Yeah. Well, you're new, right? Yeah, so like, yeah, you won't be like entered to win or whatever till next Ignite, probably. So, but now you know what's in it. Usually, I think they keep that a secret. Like, they don't tell anyone what you're gonna win if you do all of that. All right, guys, so today's class is on branding. So, creating a successful brand online so that when people see you online, they already know what you represent and how you can help them without reading anything. Okay, so it's a psychology strategy. Working with fonts and colors on how to build a consistent brand. And I'm going to walk you through all of that. To give you background, I have created brands for over, we've probably created now with JuLead Designs, probably close to 100 different brands, and we worked with 100,000 different KW agents before opening JuLead Designs all over the country. So we have a lot of experience of seeing, okay, what brands work and what doesn't work, right? What really sets you apart. It's a pretty saturated industry, right? So what can we do to set you apart using your brand? So in today's class, what we're going to do is going to be workshop style. So I am going to have you guys create some of your branding pieces. But first, I want to guide you on the strategy and the thought exercises on how you can start building your brand, to give you some prompts and what you want your brand to reflect in your values, okay? So one of my favorite thought exercises that I've seen is, okay, if you were going to, hey, branding or commercial, that side. Okay, so if you were going to imagine a hotel, okay, let's say Nike made the hotel, okay, or Chick-fil-A. Can you imagine what the colors of the hotel would be if it was Chick-fil-A? Right? Can you imagine what the staff might be like at this Chick-fil-A hotel? They might be smiling. Yeah. Is it their pleasure? It is their pleasure, right? Right. So they have very friendly, very upbeat staff, right? Right. You can even imagine, probably if you close your eyes, what the interior would look like, how modern it is, or how welcoming it is. Okay. So I'm going to translate that to your brand now. Okay. We're going to think about that. So I'm going to give you guys some prompts. Okay. But before I do, I'm going to ask you guys just some questions. Think about if other people, and if you can jot this down, if other people were to describe you, what would they say about you? What are some key words that they would say about you? And I promise we'll build on this for your business. But to give you an idea, is that nurturing? Do people focus on your knowledge or experience when they meet you? Do people really value how you make them feel? Right? Do you bring happiness? Or potentially, if people are in high stress, are you good at keeping them off the ledge? Right? And I'm going to give you some ideas for your niche for your business, but just take a minute and I want you to jot down like a brain dump of just words either that you think people would describe you, or if you were going to describe a real estate agent you would work with or a business you would work with, what values would that be? Reliability, consistency, knowledge, respect. So really just a brain dump of words that come to mind when you think of someone you'd want to work with. All right, just take one more minute and then I'll give you prompts as well. Did anyone come up with a good one that they think is, who would you want to work with if you were going to? Can-do attitude, that's a good one. In a time that feels like it's impossible to a lot of people to buy a house, right? Or there's so many obstacles, feeling like your agent has that can-do attitude or has the resources to make it happen, whatever you set your mind to. Yeah, that's comforting, isn't it? I love that. Good one. Anyone else have a good value that they think they would want to work with? Love that. Because really, when it comes down to it, that's a lot of what your job is. Communicating what's happening in a way that makes them feel safe, right? Knowing what pieces to communicate, right? Because they don't necessarily need to know the whole story, right? It's a fine line. Okay, so now I'm going to read you a list of prompts, and I want you to write down any of these that jump out to you, and then we're going to tie it to how that would look on your digital brand, okay? So I want you to stop for a second and think about what lights your soul on fire when it comes to real estate, right? When you think about this new business you're opening, which of these items set your soul on fire, okay? I wrote a list, and I want you to jot down any of them that speak to you, okay? All right, do you like the idea of helping first-time home buyers, right? So is it those people who feel like it's not possible to buy a home, right? And you're going to show them that you can. Do you have a passion in um, people who are trying to grow a family and find a space to, you know, uh, to house that growing family? Hey, so does growth really fuel you? Does a certain area of Charlotte really fuel you, right? Are you from South Charlotte? And it is an awesome place to move. I mean, people are flying here, like the snowbirds, right? They fly from all over to, wait, didn't you? Or where did you? Yeah, okay. And didn't you come visit Charlotte? Exactly, right. And so when you think, I love that, thank you. So when you think about your niche, right, you're selling the community as much as you're selling yourself, right? So if you love Charlotte, what stuck out to you when you came to Mission? Sorry, came to visit from Michigan, combined words. The weather. And like, so if you ask ChatGPT, and we'll go do this, give me a data-driven stat about Charlotte weather, and it'll probably say something like it has the top 3 weathers of all, whatever, come up with something. So you copy and paste that stat onto a blank, like Instagram post, and boom, it's created. Okay, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna create a social media calendar based on this branding that we're identifying here. Okay, right? So, because I love those data-driven stats. So, right, is it an area of Charlotte? Is it the amenities around Charlotte? The whitewater rafting center? We have things that no other place has, right? Is that what fuels your passion? Is helping people find Charlotte and finding a place in Charlotte they can afford and still be close to their house, right? Or close to their work. It is a strategy, right? Is it that you love to provide people financial freedom, right? Is it the fact that, hey, I have no idea how I'm going to send my kids to college, right, in whatever, 15 years? Guess what could do that? Building wealth through real estate, right? What's the stat that there's never been a millionaire that didn't own real estate or something like that? 90% of millionaires own real estate, something like that. We can ask ChatGPT. Boom, it's showing that it's the financial freedom it provides, right? Do you find in general just freedom, like would you like to guide other people to find freedom through real estate? Like helping people get into real estate even. So building your downline. You could be the realtor's realtor where you show people how they can build their own business in real estate. Okay, just a couple more for you to jot down. Do you really like unique homes, right? Or historic homes? Do you really like decorating homes, right? Or finding a home that provides peace for people? Okay, do we understand the concept here of finding your passion? Because we're going to turn that into now everything else in your brand. We're going to use that, whatever you identified, to set you apart on social media and through all of your brand presence. Okay, so you'll see out there, right, realtors on social media, they're all over the board. They talk about all real estate, and that's great. But successful realtors who build a brand online niche down. You're probably thinking, okay, a niche, well, that's real estate, isn't it? No, there's a million realtors, right? So that's why niching down to a specific area or a specific buyer really sets you apart for your brand. Hey, are you here for branding or? Oh, that'll do it. I was going to say, your branding's pretty solid. I don't know if you need to be here, Vincent. All right, guys. So now let's take what we just thought of and we're going to actually build on it in Canva. So if you can open up Canva on your computer, you guys should all have a Canva account with your KW email because Scott Leroy Marketing sets that up for you. Just a heads up, all KW agents are getting Canva Pro. Yeah.
I saw that. That's real.
That's real. I know. So that's $120 a year, right?
Yeah.
So Q3, so what they're doing, currently you have a different designs platform linked to Command, but what's going to happen is your Command's going to link to Canva Pro. You're going to get Canva Pro for free, and it's going to have like a brand kit set up with all the compliance already in there, all the colors, like pre-made templates, things like that. Very cool, right? And I'm going to show you, I need to find that website. I posted on our Facebook page, but we have like all templates already created for you as far as the KW brand. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick. Good question. Q3, they're saying, so Mega Camp is about to happen. I'm thinking that's usually when they roll things out. Yeah, so I'm thinking then, but they're saying Q3. The important thing is that your Canva account would have to be set up under your KW email to get it for free. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was just gonna see if I can grab. Good question. From what I've heard, they haven't really fully released it. What I've heard is that they're going to send a link to the leadership team, like to send out to everyone that we can just click on the link and it'll upgrade your account. So yeah, we'll be announcing it. It'll be like a big launch, so we'll be sending it out via email, on the Facebook page, etc. This right here, I found, and this is on the. I put it on the KW Facebook group, but just to show you this, and I'll point you to where this is. So on this page here, they released a bunch of different templates on here already that they created that you can go ahead and use, which is cool. So they do already have a bunch in here. Let's see what happens if we click on business card. It should just open it right in Canva. So to get this, all right, if you could open a new tab, I do have a couple resources for you on the KW Facebook group. So you guys comfortable on how to get there? Okay, cool. And then I will point you on what to do once you're there. Once you're on the Facebook group, if we can search, sorry, hang on. There's a search icon at the top. One sec. So this search icon right here, if you want to click search and just type in Julia, Juleah, it'll bring up all my posts. And you can click that search. Okay. I do have a couple resources in here for class today. Okay, we'll come back to that. That's what this is, so that you can analyze your brand strategy. And also, I think it should be the second one down for you. This right here is what I was just on. And yeah, there's templates in there. I mean, like you saw, they're very KW branded templates. I'm going to show you how you can differentiate your brand from KW. Now, it's not a bad thing to lean into the KW brand, okay? Because right. KW is the biggest brokerage in the whole world, okay, country, like agent size, right? And right, KW Ballantyne's the #1 in the Carolinas. So you're selling your resources and credibility with the brokerage as much as you're selling you. So just a thought, you can use any of these branding right here, right? So you could use any of this if you wanted to. Feel free to click on the email signature option so you can see what it's going to be like and how it'll open it right up in Canva. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just follow the prompts. Please feel free to let me know if you get lost, okay? But again, I'm going to show you how you can differentiate your brand from other Keller Williams agents, especially aligned with what we came up with today, okay? So you can see, yeah, they're pretty basic in my opinion, right? They do the job, but let me show you the difference now of how you can set yourself apart. Because let's say 8 and 10 KW agents will have something like this in their account, okay? So what would it look like if you look different, okay? So on the left-hand side, you'll see the designs option. If you click on designs here, you could search real estate email signature. So real estate email signature. And with the free accounts, you can use anything without the crown, okay? So they do a pretty good job of making the ones with the crown what you want. But scroll down, and for right now, because keep in mind that we're about to get everything with the crown accessible to you, okay? But for right now, I want you to learn the strategy, the vision of what you want, and then you can always change any of these to match this, okay? So we'll come back to this. This is really important for you to learn how to do. But for now, let's scroll down and just find one that fits your idea to an extent without the crown. Please just let me know if you have any questions as you're finding one. And when you find one you like, you can just simply click on it, and it'll ask you if you want to replace the page or add a new one. I always feel like this is like, have you guys been to the Cheesecake Factory and seen the menu that's like a novel? And there's just like too many choices. There's just endless options in here. So it's almost difficult to make that decision. Same with logos, right? So just in the back of your mind, understanding too that we can search real estate logos, and I can show you that next. Real estate Instagram posts, right? They already have all the designs created for you in here. I'll give you just one more minute to find which email signature that you like. And then I'm going to walk you through, okay, we need to select what's really important for branding. It's going to sound silly, but it is really important that you use the same exact font pairing in all your posts for branding, okay? So branding is really important. The exact color. So for example, if we lean into, does anyone know what PJ's color is? Nice. He doesn't just use, right, they are select green colors that we use on every single one of his designs, right? So not kind of red here and kind of orange there. We need same exact font. So we need to write that down. And what's cool though, is when you get Canva Pro, it can create a brand kit for you. See right here where it says brand, right? I'm going to show you what it does. You won't have access to this until after you get Pro. But like, for example, so when I'm doing PJ's designs, I can select his brand kit, and you'll be able to do this too. Simply click, and it applies the exact colors to the piece so I can keep it consistent, right? Same with his fonts. So know that today we're going to pick these fonts, but by, let's say in a month or so, when you get Canva Pro, we can save all of this in there, okay? So you don't have to remember. So first thing we do, let's talk about our fonts, okay? So if I click on, let's say, where your name is. Hey, Suzanne. If you click on where your name is, okay, you'll then see the option to select the font on the top drop down, okay? Now, as far as what font you are picking, all right, I usually recommend, now, a script paired with a non-script font like this complements it very well, especially when it's your name and it gives a signature feel. Totally up to you if you want to use a script, but let me tell you what each kind of font gives the feeling of, okay? So a script does have a luxury feel or a signature feel. It has a design feel as well, that you have a design eye, okay? The other options for fonts that I want to point out, if you're using a font that has feet, like this, okay? So when I say a font that has feet, see how like at the end of the two, it has like a little foot, you know, and like here, like Times New Roman, that has a classical feel, a timeless feel, right? A traditional feel, right? So that has a great feel. I do like the traditional sense of that font. However, to differentiate, ones like one of my favorite is Glacial Indifference for a more modern feel. See the difference of these two fonts having feet that feels traditional versus modern? Yeah. I love the Seasons. That's a good font. I really like that. I feel like that has a more timeless, or I mean, a more traditional feel as well. I use this a lot actually for, so if you don't want a script, the Seasons is one of the ones that are the most popular to use as the name as well. And you can play with, you know, how your name looks with each font. I would recommend that, right? So really going through the fonts in here, and you don't have to decide right this minute, but I want you to decide right this minute kind of okay, do I like a script? Do I like fonts with the feet like that? Or do I like a more modern feel, such as like glacial indifference? Okay, and we're going to use Chat GPT to help you identify based on that how you want your brand, like, because it can tell us what fonts match best together. Chat GPT. Okay, so does anyone have an idea of what they like for their fonts? Okay, I like the seasons a lot. That's a big one. I'll tell you the other most popularly used ones, if that would be helpful for you guys. One of my unnecessary skills is I can now go to restaurants and look at the menu and know what font they use exactly on the menu. Thank goodness I have that skill. Man, where would I be? I know, right? Because I make so many brands that I just know it by heart now. Okay, so script fonts that are super popular are Brittany is a really popular one. You've probably seen that, right? Brittany is a very popular one. I do really like that. It has a very design feel, right? That is a very trending look. I really also like Great Vibes is another one, right? That has, you can see it's less of a script, like handwriting script, and more of a cursive. I'm not sure I'm using the exact right terms, but you guys kind of get it, what I'm saying, right? Okay, great. So Great Vibes is another big one. And then let's see, one more font for you. You know, just a very traditional font. So, or like more of a cursive meets a traditional look. Alex Brush is another big one agents use. And then as far as the paragraph goes, like what the actual stuff is written in, the most popular ones I see for that would be Open Sans. Okay, just simply because it's so legible versus like the scripts are way less legible, right? And also Montserrat, M-O-T, wait, it's M-O-T-N-T, one sec. This one, Montserrat, really commonly used for the paragraph text. So did anyone see, okay, the seasons, anyone else see a font that stuck out to them? You can also ask ChatGPT, what are fonts similar to the Brittany font that I can use? Like, yeah, Alex Brush. So that's this one right here. It so does. This is it right here, actually. Appreciate that. So see how these go well together, right? And it is a bit of a art to get this, like, for them to look good together, but that's where ChatGPT knows, right? So usually what I do, right? And two, like if you see a font on a logo that you like, if you ask ChatGPT, like you can upload the logo and be like, what font is the cursive here? In Canva, it'll tell you which one's closest in Canva, which I appreciate. I know. So does everyone have a ChatGPT account? Okay, great. That's what we're going to pull up next. So whenever you get a chance to pull that up, we're going to do that. Okay. But just to give you an idea of what branding pieces, okay, because the question would be, all right, well, what branding pieces do I need to make for them all to kind of match up this feel, right? And so I'm going to give you that checklist on, and you can keep working on the fonts. But I'm just going to show you where this is on the KWB Facebook. If you searched our name, right, Julia, and I can do this again. It's the top post. I just posted it before class. I have a checklist of all the things you would need. Okay, so this checklist right here, and let me know. Do you want me to tell you how I got here? Let me know. I can tell you how I got here. This brand right here in the top, that is what you would need. Okay, so far, we've gone through the color scheme in Font Library. Yes, you need to make a decision on that. Okay, that's super important before creating the others, right? Because then you want to use that same exact font combination and color in your logo, in your email signature banners, social covers. Okay, and all of these items are in Canva so that you can keep them consistent. Would anyone like to see or more on logos or any of these items? Does one stick out to you that you want to know more of the how behind? Or do you feel like you're, great question. Love that. Oh, you're good. Okay, I love that. Logos are fun and overwhelming, both. So what I would do to start a logo, so Canva, right? Go to the home page and type in real estate logo. So same start as we did kind of, right? So just searching in here, but some prompts to give you an idea of what to look for. Obviously, again, with the crown being the pro ones that you can't use quite yet. But right now, just looking at this, okay, do you like logos that have a house on top, right? The most commonly used logos, or like how to set it up, is analyzing, okay, do I like some sort of rooftop? Do I want to use my initials? Another one is the key. There's lots of keys usually. Yeah, I like keys a lot in there. And you'll notice that even if you like, we can go find these elements. So if you can click on one that you kind of like, this, this, love it. Okay, great. I'll pull that open just so I can show you guys too, like how you can customize. Like this doesn't have a key, like, or how could I add a house on top, to make it more clear that this is a real estate one. All right, so any logo that you want to go ahead and click customize, take your time. I know this goes back to the Cheesecake Factory menu thing. There's so many options. Hey, how are you?
Hi, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You can come and go whenever in these classes. I know some of you, like, when's Tasha's tea group? Isn't that at like 12? Okay, great. None of you are in it? Great. Excellent. Okay, so selecting one of the logos, and yeah, if you want to catch up, we're in Canva on just searching real estate logos. Of course. So what I want to show you guys, obviously switching out the template is pretty intuitive in the sense you just double click to change it, etc. But what you really need to know, that's cool, is on the left-hand side, see where it says elements? So this is where you would have access to, especially once you have Pro, unlimited pictures and graphics of keys, etc. So if I go to elements on the left-hand side and then type in key, let's say. So elements, and you'll notice I have different sections here like graphics or photos. You can pick whichever. I usually do graphics when it comes to logos. Okay, so again, I can pick any of them without the crown, but just keeping in mind that you will have access to all the elements, period. Hopefully within the next month, I would say. But getting the concept right now that, yeah, okay, if I click on one of these, all right, great, it added a key to it. And now I'd be able to put it up top, or let's say I wanted to put it in between, right, the stuff on the bottom and my font, so I can really move this around. Point being, right, if you like one of them that you see, you can always add a rooftop or a key. And this might be a great place to play with what fonts you like for your name. And I'm sure this brings up a question in your mind. Okay, well, what do I put my first and last name? Like, what is my name, And it's a great question. So if you have an LLC, right, you don't have to brand by that name, first of all. So second of all, if you have a vision, I understand that you might be a single agent right now, right? However, yeah, okay, yeah, compared to like PJ who's a team, but you do have a team. You actually have an in-house marketing team, an in-house tech person, an accountant, and is Lynn Davis. You have in-house trainers, mortgage providers. You do have a team. Like when it comes to the public's perception, you have a team of resources that helps them find their home. So you could absolutely do like your first and last name, and then you could put something like properties or home group. Just a heads up what you can't put. Okay, let's talk about what we can't put first, and then we'll brainstorm more ideas. If you are branding in South Carolina, you cannot have realty or real estate, which is what you do. Yeah, which is crazy to me. But yeah, so realty. I know. Me too. So the reason that is so in North Carolina you can brand that way. In South Carolina, the consumer was getting confused. Wait a minute, you're, Kinney Homes of the Carolinas, but you're with Keller Williams, right? Like you're not your own brokerage. So people were naming themselves, let's say, Connie Yates Realty, and the general public thought they were their own brokerage. So that's the why behind it. Okay, so what can I do instead? That's where you'll see, yeah, Kenny Homes of the Carolinas. You'll see Yates and Maxwell Properties is a big one to put in. I love group. Yep. Um, and if you want to give it like a keyword in there, Plumley Home Group, right? Or just homes at the end, like your first and last name homes. ChatGPT is great at brainstorming this, right? And we can go ahead and let's pull up ChatGPT because I want to start having it combine your brand a little bit more. Okay, and also, do you guys know you have Gemini? Like, okay. So, my understanding, I haven't played around with it enough, honestly, but my understanding, it's the same thing as this, right? Okay. So that means though it's the pro version, right? So if you want to use Gemini, it should be the same thing, like a chat. And the reason that's cool that it's pro is it can generate unlimited images for you. You can also upload unlimited things. So instead of like, if I make a social post, for example, I just attach it here and say, make me a caption instead of trying to describe my goal, right? Or, okay, making a photo, that's awesome. Create an image of, a home in the Ballantyne area, right? We'll go more into that, but that is so cool. Gemini, put that on your list if you haven't played with it. It should just be like ChatGPT Pro, and you get that with your KW email automatically. Super cool. Yeah. Yeah, like so Gemini is a competitor of ChatGPT, right? It's like like Microsoft has Copilot. That's their ChatGPT. And then Google has Gemini as their ChatGPT. I don't know the other names of them. Do you guys know? Anyway, each company is rolling out their own AI. Good one, yes. Okay, yeah. I love seeing where they're all at with this. It's a crazy competition. Anyway, the idea is you do want to log in, guys, okay? So creating an account if you don't already have one. Again, if you're logging into Gemini or ChatGPT is free, you just don't get the unlimited like photo generating and upload, but why you want to log in is this going to sound creepy, but it'll remember you. Meaning, we're going to tell it about your brand, and then it will remember it every time moving forward. And it will create things for you in your brand's image. Okay? Yeah. Uh huh.
Is it, you know, you can create different chats in
Yeah.
chat.
Uh huh.
Is it just remembering the stuff that in that chat, or does it transfer from that chat?
Good question. From my understanding, the free version does not transfer from chat to chat, but the pro it can see my other chats and remember it. I do like in the pro version you can create projects so that like I have like my main projects I always go and I can upload like files to the project so it can see like our gold marketing plan and create things around like if you put your listing presentation in there, right? So yeah, that's my understanding at least. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay, guys, but yeah, logging in is really important. A lot of people won't log in, and it's just like you're starting from scratch each time. We want to set you apart with your brand, okay? So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to create your elevator pitch. Okay, so we're going to do three things in here. We're going to create your elevator pitch, meaning so if you are standing in an elevator and someone asks, hey, what do? You want to be able to not only eloquently describe what value you can provide, but how your value is different from the 19 million other realtors they probably know. Okay? So we're going to do an elevator pitch. We're going to then turn that into an Instagram and Facebook bio with key terms. And we're also going to create a social media schedule around your brand and how to go about achieving, posting those and creating them. Okay? All right. Mhm. Mhm. All the captions and everything. It's pretty awesome. Relatable. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yes. Right. You'll go through them, and everyone always has those starter business cards. Because I mean, inevitably, your brand's going to evolve in the next, 30 days, even 60 days. So anytime you ordered your business card, I guarantee you'd feel like, damn, I should have. If I only waited for my logo, right? And agents honestly get stuck in that. They're like, oh, I can't do anything until I make my logo. And I'm like, no, no, I promise. But yes. So you guys are doing the right thing by moving forward, even if it's not fully there yet. Okay, so ChatGPT. So I'm going to tell it to act like a real estate agent specializing in, now it's up to you, You can write the greater Charlotte area. You can write South Charlotte, okay? And we'll talk more about that. But let's say act like a real estate agent specializing in the greater Charlotte area and create an elevator pitch that highlights the following items. And I'll read that again. So act like a real estate agent. So that's really important whenever you're framing it, you're telling it what to be. Tell it to act like a real estate agent that specializes in the greater Charlotte area. And then now tell it what to do and create an elevator pitch that highlights the following items, okay? And I want you to look at the list of values, right? Remember that we did at the beginning of class? Someone described you as a certain way. Like this can be a brain dump. Like, okay, so the values I read to you guys, or the sets your soul on fire, right? Like, do you love helping first-time home buyers? Do you have a passion helping a marginalized group step into a home? Do you have passions in helping a growing family or empty nesters? And that might align with like where you are in your time of life or where your sphere is, right? Like my sphere very much thinks that millennials can't buy a home, right? And there are stats out there that show that 50% of first-time home buyers are given gift money for their down payment, right? Those kinds of things. And I know what's probably popping into your mind, and I'll give you a second to jot these down, is, okay, well, if I niche down, am I leaving business on the table, right? And the answer is the more you can niche down in your brand, the more visibility it will get online. So if your goal is to reach more people online, niching down is huge. Meaning, yeah, there's a lot of Charlotte realtors, way less South Charlotte realtors, right? Way less Valentine realtors, right? And I know what you're thinking again is, well, if I'm a Valentine realtor, then that makes me feel like I can't help in UNCC area, okay? But the difference is when people are finding you online, right? That's what your branding does online. When people find you online, they want a specialist in that area, okay? So it could be Valentine and beyond, right? Okay, but so to give you more ideas of what we can type in, so we're highlighting the following items. Let's say passion in wealth building through real estate. We can say passion in unique homes. And I really like alternative living things like barndominiums and tiny homes, right? Those go very viral online. That doesn't mean you have to sell those things. That what we're talking about here is how, so that if I were to post about alternative living things, right, like barndominiums and stuff, what that's giving the impression is, oh, if you feel like real estate's out of reach, buying a home's out of reach, I actually have alternative ways that we can talk about, whether that's mortgage options, down payment options, or housing options. I can help you find a way, right? And I love that, what you said earlier, Sydney. Is it that you love your can-do attitude? Love that. Are you really nurturing? Yeah, you are. Does everyone have an idea of what they're writing down? Do you want me to give you more ideas? Do you want to sell luxury properties? Who doesn't? Yeah. Do you want to specialize with sellers, right? Do you want to really work with families? So is your passion helping families? I want you to think about, if you think about real estate and starting this business, like what sets your soul on fire? Like what gets you out of bed? What makes you excited to do your job? Like, is it that you found freedom? You don't have to go sit in an office space for 10 hours a day? Because that's an awesome thing about creating freedom. And guess what? That freedom is the same thing you're giving to people through home ownership. And whenever you're ready, hey, there's my Ignite buddy. We were just talking about that.
When we were Ignite?
Yep, all 12 years ago. Nope, I wasn't, yeah.
too.
Mhm.
If anybody wants, CMA,
They were just talking about this.
I did.
I do.
Oh, is this why?
Okay. I'll get us a conference room, 2 o'clock, once this is done, I'll let you know where.
That is KW culture right there. KW culture. Walking.
I literally told them that one.
That's awesome. Okay, does anyone need help with what to put in here, or do we feel okay? Okay, good. Okay, so you can press enter. And we'll see what it has, and then we can toggle it from there. Or tell it the tone we want to. That we haven't done. Okay. So read through it, and I'm going to give you some pointers of what you can type next to get it to sound more like you. Okay, so figuring out your tone is really important because ChatGPT can remember it. So if you want to say, okay, like, all right, yeah, writing wise, that sounds good, but I want to be able to say it, right? You could say, rewrite this. Yes. Mhm. I'm not signed in, so no. It just gives different versions. So now at this point, yeah, I'm going to tell it to write mine more concisely because I want to be able to say it like in a few lines, right? So that's actually more what I imagined is more of a paragraph. But you could say expand on that or rewrite expanding on this idea, right? And so what I would do on mine, let's say, is rewrite this with a more casual tone or maybe a more casual, warm tone, a casual, friendly tone. Think about what describes your brand because you want to keep that. And then ChatGPT will remember, okay, using my tone, write this social media caption. There's a friendly tone. So what I would recommend saying, rewrite this in X tone. If you want it in one paragraph, right? And if you read through it and you're like, okay, I really like this idea, right? One sentence it said, you could copy that sentence and just say in one paragraph, focusing on this concept. Feel free to jump out with questions, guys. Right? I know. Because then we're going to take that and turn it into your bio and your social media schedule. And I would encourage you after today's class, go get on a video and just say this into your video and go post on your social media. Right? And because you know how you can pin things to your Instagram feed? Okay, well, if I were going to a business's page, I would love to see like a start here. Like this could be your video where you're introducing yourself and you could pin it to the top of your page and just your elevator pitch, right? Now, okay, so with that being said, let's watch this. Okay, so if I told it then to rewrite this as a viral video script in under 1 minute. Okay, this is what I would recommend. Anytime you're telling it to turn it into a script, there's important things to do. Tell it how long you want it to be. Around a minute's a good goal. 1:30, around there would be good. Okay, so in under 1 minute, these are the two things, with a strong hook and call to action. Okay, so again, rewrite this as a viral video script in under 1 minute with a strong hook and call to action. Right? Right. Okay.
So good.
I know. I know. I know. I just want to hug ChatGPT. I know. I'm thinking about it too, and yeah, switching teams. Right. She's a boy. Stop. That was funny.
Less information.
So true. Sorry, boys. Anyway, so you can see what that does. When I say hook, if you haven't met with me before, you might not know what this is, but a hook means not starting the video like, hi, I am Leah and I sell real estate. It's if I stop scrolling for 2 to 3 seconds, that's all you get. What am I going to get if I watch this video? So that's not introducing you. Like, they don't care who you are, they care what you know first. So typically, right, you'll see like, here are 3 things not to do when selling your home, right? That's a hook, yes. Right? And then at the call to action, so I always tell it to give me a strong hook. That's the most important part of the video, honestly, or they won't watch it. And then the call to action will be at the very end. And you can introduce yourself there, but that's where you're telling them what to do next, right? Do you want them to click the link in bio to, you know, get whatever resource you reference, right? Do you want them to contact you today for a free real estate consultation to see if now's the best time for you to buy, right? What do you want them to do, okay? And that can vary from video to video, or it can, you know, be consistently the same one. So this is what I would encourage you to do after class today. And by the way, it doesn't have to be like a full production. Like if you guys are on TikTok at all, you've probably seen like, they're called friendlies is the format. It's when they're literally just like this, even in their car, right? And that format, it's like, wow, that's versus Instagram where millennials, right, have always been taught to pose like perfectly and perfect lighting, blah, blah. No, that feel on TikTok and it's coming over to Reels, the more casual face-to-face feels like, I'm talking to you, and this is such important information. I wanted to tell you about it right now when I'm in my car. So the point being, don't wait until you have the perfect setup and you're standing like this. It's actually not as relationship building because you look awkward and feel awkward because you don't feel, you know, in your place. So the takeaway is, yeah, just go ahead and start filming, even if you feel like it's a crappy video. Okay, and I can always help you guys with this, right? You know, you can meet with us every 2 weeks for free, and I can help you, guide you on the video side. Like I can show you how to edit, because video is the biggest thing these days, right? And it's also the scariest thing. Who wants to do that, right? But I can teach you the how, the coaching side of things. Okay. Any questions on this video? Yeah. Oh, no worries.
About like what to
Nice. For the elevator pitch?
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so then the prompt for the video would be rewrite this as a viral video script in under 1 minute. And then with a strong hook and call to action. Okay, so now I want you guys to write, so we're gonna edit now, create one for your Facebook bio. I'm running out of time. Facebook bio and Instagram bio. Let me just show you real quick what I'm having you create. So the Facebook bio is like this, right? Same with Instagram, meaning it's not like paragraph, it's more keywords, right? So we are going to tell chat here to rewrite this as a Facebook and Instagram bio. How many characters is it? Let's say it's 120 characters. So, oh, thank you for noticing that. Oh my God. Okay, thank you. That's way better. Let's see how many we get. 255. Okay. So rewrite this as a Facebook and Instagram bio in under 255 characters with strong keywords. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I told it to rewrite this as a Facebook and Instagram bio in under 255 characters with strong keywords. Mm-hmm. And then with strong keywords. And so see how, I mean, again, it'll give you probably something totally different, but see how it like breaks it apart with these little lines. Yeah. I like those lines, or you can just tab down. Right, the style, oh shoot, the style on Facebook or Instagram is, see how I have it like this, or with emojis at the beginning. I'm Facebook, it just centers it, which I don't like. But yes, so then you can copy and paste that into your Instagram bio and your Facebook bio. Okay. So I know we're running out of time, so I don't mean to go fast, but one more thing I really want to show you guys is, okay. Now let's tell it to based on my niches. Yeah, you could just say based on my niches above. Niches and strengths, I think, are good words. Based on my niches and strengths above, create a social media calendar. I know, I know. I think that's really all I need. I could say like for Facebook and Instagram, it does help when you tell it more information, it just knows the style on there or what's most successful on those specific platforms. And you can, I mean, after this, we can tell it to make all the captions too. But let's say, and you can tell it like how for 3 times a week. It'll do every day unless I tell it, I believe. So you can say for 3 times a week. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, good to know. Okay, well, that's good. That's probably because it's recommended around that amount. Yeah. Okay, so awesome. It told me my core themes based on what I like brain dumped up there, right? So now it's going to tell me strategically what to do each day of the week, okay? Educational, building my personal brand, showcasing listings, right? And then what to do for each one. I know. Yes, you really just need to know what to ask it. Because knowing the strategies does help, like saying including keywords or under these characters. So there are certain things, and now you guys kind of know it, right?
My chat.
Uh-huh. Him.
I love alliteration, so mine keeps Market Monday, Tour Tuesday, What to Know Wednesday, Testimonial Thursday.
I love that.
Storytime Saturday, all that.
Wow. I love that. It knows you love alliteration. I'm going to tell mine to that. This shows you every week of the month, right? We now have planned, okay? Now, one more thing, especially if you're logged into Gemini, okay? So now let's say I just copied one of those options, which was the 3 ways home ownership builds long-term wealth, okay? So whatever it is, now I'm going to tell it to create an image and social media caption based on this idea. So create an image to post on Instagram and Facebook and a caption with strong keywords and hashtags. I mean, you can also say strong hashtags that are trending in the real estate niche helps it as well. That are trending in the real estate niche around this idea. Okay. Let me see if it can create the image. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, so, and it didn't quite work, like it didn't make the image when I wanted it to, but anyway, I had create an image for Instagram and Facebook to post with a caption, a strong keyword, hashtags that are trending in the real estate niche around, then pick one of the ideas that it made for you. It didn't give me a picture right away, which is what I wanted it to do, but it will. Hold on. Oh, I have to be logged in. I see.
I mean, it's not that. It's just,
Yeah, well, if you don't have Pro, you can create 1 image a day. If you're Pro, then you can do unlimited. Uh-huh. And yeah, I see that a lot too. Eventually it would, like, but I think it puts all the Pro people first to generate the image, but it's kind of slow too. Yeah, I have it on my phone too, logged in. Yeah, but Gemini is free, right? So yeah, and so you just go to Gemini to log in, and then like yeah, I can create like unlimited images. Like I gave it like a picture of Jules and I and our testimonials, right? And two, I like to go on Pinterest site and like screenshot anything, and then it can recreate it exactly. Like it's really good at creating things. Yeah, so I usually do what I do is I'll say create an image, and the more you can tell it, the better. But so if I say create an image, and then usually I'll put in like a screenshot, like I'm copying like another idea, right? Using the screenshot from Pinterest, but use the subject in my picture instead, and use, let's say, whatever the coloring, of the original. So telling it what you want is kind of an art, and we can work. I mean, I'll be around for a second if you guys want to log in. I know you have the CMA class, so
The problem with some of it is like,
the spelling. Wow,
Yes.
it made that though.
Yeah.
Can I show? Yeah. Like
but like, yeah, it doesn't. It's,
yeah, like it made, and it's like it struggles with spelling.
It does.
I'm like, you can do this, and you
Right.
can't spell open house.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I will say I find that too. So you could tell it to not have words on it. Like
Right.
even if I correct the words, it'll get it wrong
Yeah.
sometimes.
Same.
Yeah, I struggle with
I
that.
wonder if Gemini might be better.
Yeah. Or telling it like, to create an image of a certain part of Charlotte, right? Or imagine a first time home buyer doing XYZ. So less words, I agree, tends to work. So just really quick, just a heads up, just so you know, we can post on your social media for you, right? Once a week for the entire year for $199, one-time setup fee, 52 weeks of posting on your Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google My Business page, Pinterest, you name it. So if you need help there, let us know. We can also create your branding package. So we do have like a new agent branding package and like gold branding package where we create all this for you. Just letting you know so that if you want leverage and you feel overwhelmed, I'm done, that you can get that. Last thing, PJ, hang on.
You're all late for the appointment.
It's me, blame me. They were learning exciting things. Who else thinks so? If you guys want to book with us, marketing help on the top of KWB resources, we can chat about what would be best for your business, or we can just coach you to do it for free. So just so you guys know, we're here for it. Okay, thank you guys. Enjoy, PJ. Okay, do you want to just teach it in here?
No.
Okay.
We're already set up.
You are such KW culture that you are just going to teach a CMA right now. Off your own free, like for free. Wow.
They need to see luxury houses too.
Wow. I know, but
Like $1 million.
what a guy. You are.
We need to talk.
Okay.
About
The flyer?
LP.
Okay.
I need you to make a flyer with like 35 pounds.
And you're not going to email me any information?
Probably not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You got it, pal.
When is your next class?
Every Thursday. No, you can't. I never mind. So you can always come and go. So every Thursday from 1 to 2, I'll be building on this. So how to get more referrals from your sphere with your marketing. Yeah. Great. I look forward to it. Tell me your name. Angela. Leah. Great to meet you. Yeah. Yeah, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
It was $200.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, and what's cool, what I like about it is it's on every social platform. So if someone Googles you, right, it can be on Threads, on X. Like you have like 8 different links that are active on Google immediately with this.
Okay.
I'd recommend it. It's for new agents, right? That shows your value in what you do. So feel free to book with us, or I can send you information.
Booked the meeting August 19th. It was like the next available.
Oh, yeah, 2 weeks spot, right?
Oh, yeah, that might just be. What's your email? I can send you info. Sorry, I know I'm blocking your way.
It's just my name
Uh-huh.
at KW. So it's CLAY and then LAUT. Start with
LAUTT, right?
Yeah.
Okay, at KW. I'm gonna shoot you, and I'll double check our calendar to see if we have any cancellations as well before then, if you would like to, if you're around before then. Yeah, it might be that I think we're out of town actually next week, which is probably the problem.
Not gonna say, but I've had this social media. It just takes me
Forever, and it's like not even worth the time then to do it. I know, it's so painful. Honestly, right, it's not really worth your time. Like doing the 10-5-1 rule or whatever on social media. Did you learn, I don't know, when you came in and Ignite, it's just like interacting, 10 likes, 5 comments, 1 DM or post. That's what KW teaches. And it's just building the algorithm. It's getting the algorithm to
I
show
came in
people.
I started last week.
So yeah, very new. Did you go to Chapel Hill?
Yeah.
Okay, so my sister, so Joel's.
Okay.
When did you graduate?
2021 and 20.